Hi guys, and welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in my swing studio at Drayton Park Golf Club. I want to share a drill with you to try and increase your club head speed, but at the point that it matters, so that it impacts. So we're trying to look at the correct sequence to make sure we generate maximum club head speed at the golf ball and we're not wasting any energy. Before we get started, all the social media info you need for me is coming along the bottom of the screen now. So if you don't already, please check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also the website address is coming along the bottom of the screen now as well. So please check us out on there for all the info you need, some other coaching ideas, some videos and clips that may well help your game. So what I want to talk about, as I said, is trying to generate maximum club head speed here at impact. And I've got a really simple drill that I'm just going to jump straight into and talk you through it as I'm trying to do it. So you can either do this by holding a club the wrong way around, and you're going to be holding it by your trail hand. So for me as a right-handed golfer, it's going to be my right hand, the one that's furthest away from the target. You could quite simply use a tour stick for this as well, or a bamboo cane. The benefit of that is you're going to be able to generate a little bit more noise, so you'll know where that whip is happening. If you're outside rather than inside like I am today, that's probably a good idea, because if you've got some wind, it's a little harder maybe to hear the end of the club. But I'm just going to show you, I'll show you a couple with each. So we're going to get into our rough setup position, but because I'm gripping it, you know, I've shortened the club by a couple of inches. The club itself is going to be a couple of inches over the top of the ball. You don't need a ball there. I guess the only benefit of having it is having a focus point that we're not sort of letting our gaze wander around. So it's feeling like we really are getting into our setup position. And what I want you to go and do is make a slow backswing, a slow start of the downswing, and then a quick acceleration at the bottom end. So I want it to feel like it's slow, slow, quick in terms of the hand speed. Because what we really should be doing is starting the downswing ground up, as we know. So we want to be starting with our lead knee, then our hip, then our core, then our chest, our shoulder, elbow, wrist. Hand is the last thing to really be accelerating. We want the hand speed, we want the acceleration here as the body starts to slow down. So we fire in sequence. And we'd never think about it in a golf swing, but if we fire in sequence and it's lower body first, our hands are the last thing to speed up, and they do so when everything else is starting to actually slow more at impact. So this drill is going to be called slow, slow, quick. So it's slow, slow, quick here. So slow, slow, quick. And as you're doing that, what I want you to feel is that the club, as it goes slowly in that transition from top of the backswing to start of the downswing, is actually dropping a little bit more behind you to shallow that club shaft, as all real elite golfers do. To achieve that, you'll be creating a much better wrist angle in your trail wrist. So for me, my right wrist, and I'll find that my trail elbow will also be much tighter to my hip. What I don't want to do is actually get the club steepening on the downswing, because that's going to mean I generate the speed here rather than letting that club shallow drop behind me, and the speed is more impact. The same way as if we're skimming that stone. You know, we're holding that angle and releasing it here down the bottom end. We don't want to release it too early. So I want you to feel like it's a slow backswing, a slow start the downswing where that club drops a little bit more behind you. You can see the difference that makes to my angle here in my trail arm and club shaft as I make my first move down and then speeding up into impact. If I get that wrong on the start of the downswing, you can see I've lost this lag, this late hit, this retention of angle that we're trying to keep as we start our downswing. So it's going to be slow, slow in here where that club drops behind you, and then quick. Slow, slow, quick. Okay? That real feeling of that club dropping behind you. I'll just show you very quickly, same exercise with the tour stick. Just generates a little bit more noise. Grip it maybe a little bit lower down the handle so you're not going to plow it into the ground. But just try and get that feeling of that tour stick dropping behind you as we go slowly in our transition. That will mean that our lower body is automatically starting to load and push down into the ground correctly, rather than if we get out of sequence, it's going to be very much hands and arms dominating our downswings. So slow with that club dropping more behind us, and then quick. What I want you then to do is grab a club and just go ahead and put that into a golf swing movement. Again, no golf ball to start with, then put the ball in there. Just trying to feel that transition move is a little bit smoother to allow that club to drop more behind you, to maintain this angle, to shallow that club shaft, and make sure we're generating maximum speed where it counts at impact. So again, so you can hear that speed is being produced down this bottom end, nowhere up here. Let me go ahead and just hit a shot for you. So the ball flight will come up on screen. I'm just going to go ahead and try and get that same feeling. Slow in that transition, and quick, so the speed of the bottom end where it really counts. Let's give it a whirl. Definitely got the feeling it was just a little bit out of the bottom of the club. Very happy with the shape. Nice draw, but it was just a little bit low out of the club head. Lost me a few yards on carry. We're going to go ahead and just do that one more time. See if I can strike a little bit better, but definitely got that feeling of allowing that club shaft to shallow, of starting the downswing a little bit smoother. So anyone who's too quick from the top, that's where people tend to tell you look fast. It's because you look fast here in that transition. People who quite often do that, they'll steepen the club shaft, often hitting pulls and slices. You could steepen your arms and still get that club trapped behind you, and you'll be a player where you're ending up having to use a lot of hands to try and square that club face. But I'm just going to hit one more for us, get that same feeling. Good. I didn't feel it was as quick as I could have done down this bottom end, but it definitely got that feeling of waiting for it as I make that downswing and producing more speed down the bottom end. The numbers aren't too important on this, but see if you can generate some more clubhead speed. So I was around sort of 86.5 miles an hour with a 7-iron there. So tour average is 88 miles an hour. So a couple of miles an hour, mile and a half an hour slower than tour average. Obviously the long guys again in this up over 90. So carry distance just over 160 for my 7-iron to be finishing with bounce and roll around 170. But what I got nicely on both of them, pretty good angle of attack, good swing paths. I'm swinging out to the right by about 2 degrees with the club face pretty much pointing at target on both shots, 0.3 left, 0.2 right. So that second one was a better flight because it's going to start just right of target rather than starting on and missing left. But 2 pretty minimal shot shapes, very happy with the results. The figures, as I said, not overly important. It's really that case of giving that feel of allowing you to wait for it in that transition as that club starts to shallow and generating maximum speed down the bottom end. Give those exercises a go. Let me know how you get on. I know they're going to help you generate more speed and more importantly, the speed where it counts. So give them a go. Let me know how you get on. As I said at the start of the video, social media again is coming along the bottom of the screen. So check us out on there if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.